Welcome back to Filmmaster Reviews, I'm Adam J. Well, this is it, folks. The final ranking you've all been waiting for, the Jurassic Park series. Yes, the series that forever made dinosaurs cool, even if most of the movies were... yeah... I got nothing. Let's just get this over with. Coming in at number 5 for me, it should be obvious to all of you, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Oh, dear God. This is the one that really made me lose all faith in this franchise going forward. I am not kidding when I say Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is one of the worst written movies I have ever experienced. Director Jay Boyana was saddled with such a fucking garbage script here, it is impossible to take any of this shit seriously. Events and details from the previous films are insultingly fucking ignored, the characters are annoying idiots most of the time, constantly making dumb decisions left and right, the tone is inconsistent throughout, the themes and messages are complete bullshit, the effects are mixed at best, the dinosaur auction towards the end is beyond fucking laughable, the little girl being a clone is one of the dumbest fucking plot twists I've ever seen in a film. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is an absolute disgrace and a spit in the face to the works of Michael Crichton. It is one of the worst sequels I've ever seen. I'm sorry guys, I can't talk about this shit anymore. Moving on. Coming in at number 4 for me is Jurassic World. Look, I know a lot of people really like this movie, and to be fair, it has a few cool moments for me. The final brawl at the end, to its credit, is fun to see, and I loved the concept of the park being open. I also enjoyed the small little moment of Owen riding the motorcycle with the raptors, as that was lifted directly from the Lost World novel. Aside from that, though, I really struggled to enjoy this movie, and I really wanted to. Jurassic World just feels more concerned with jerking you off with fan service, and it isn't actually telling a story. Yes, pretty much that. The two leads in the movie have no chemistry whatsoever. Look, I understand the whole opposites attract argument that people like to use for this film, but I'm sorry. Every time these two have a back and forth, and they try to build some kind of relationship, it just doesn't work for me. Their banter is so boring and bland, which is strange considering it's being delivered by two actors who I know can act. Those two Lex and Tim knockoffs in the movie, honestly, their whole home life problems and their parents divorcing and shit, it goes absolutely nowhere, and I did not care about either one of them. Yeah, Lex and Tim had home life problems too, but the original film never called time out to focus on it, only for it to go nowhere. The Indominus Rex is one of the dumbest looking things I have ever fucking seen. It is literally a giant raptor. And somehow, in defiance of man, God, and all things fucking holy, none of the characters in this fucking movie can figure out that this thing is part raptor. It literally looks like a giant fucking raptor, yet you can't figure out that it's fucking part raptor! Like, how dumb are you? Open your eyes! It's a fucking giant raptor! Whew. Whew. Sorry. Almost lost my cool there. I'm good, I'm fine. Moving on. But the biggest issue I have with this film is the CGI. Oh dear God, the CG is fucking terrible in this. It's awful! The effects in the original film, The Lost World, and even a lot of the effects in Jurassic Park 3, to its credit, hold up very well to this day. What the fuck was this film's excuse? So yeah, I know some people who like this film, and if you do, go ahead and enjoy it, but for me, not a fan. Coming in at number 3 for me is The Lost World Jurassic Park. You know, I used to really hate this movie. I mean, really fucking hate it. Then I saw the Jurassic World films. Oh, Spielberg, I'm so sorry. I had no idea how bad this series would get. Oh dear God. I want to take back a lot of the bad things I once said about this movie, because after those last two films, I think Spielberg has earned it. He's earned it. Fuck it. I mean, okay. I hated the whole animal rights shit being shoved into the movie, and I don't think it was done well, but at least the film was trying to do something with it. It didn't needlessly complicate shit with human cloning revelations, ridiculous volcanic eruptions, or stupid dinosaur auctions where the price of a dinosaur is 1/10 the price of a fucking Hollywood movie. It at least attempted to have character development and didn't shove a bunch of annoying, pointless comic relief in my face. The two leads at least had chemistry and you could buy them as a couple. The action scenes at times in this film are very thrilling, as opposed to just being there for blatant fan service. I didn't really like the way that the movie portrayed some of the characters from the Lost World book, but my god, at least they felt like they belonged in a Jurassic Park movie. All in all, The Lost World really isn't a bad film. I just remember being very underwhelmed by it. Not only as a fan of the first film, but as a fan of the book. Some things were taken from the book and just not done as well in my opinion. With the exception of the trailer going off the cliff. That was actually pretty cool. I give Spielberg props. The effects are good. The acting, for the most part, is pretty good. Pete Postlethwaite's character was made up for the movie, but he was entirely badass, so I'll allow it. He was actually one of my favorite things in the movie. I didn't really like the way Sarah Harding was portrayed, as she was my favorite character in the book and was just kind of generic as shit in this. But honestly, I blame that more on David Koepp's screenplay than I do Julianne Moore. The T-Rex in San Diego was really fucking stupid, and I still want to know how the hell the T-Rex ate everyone on the ship and then put itself back in the fucking containment, but whatever. So yeah, I'm very, very mixed on this movie. I always have been, but after the last two, I don't really see myself complaining about this film ever again. Spielberg, my man, you are forgiven. After Fallen Kingdom, as far as I'm concerned, this shit is Citizen fucking Kane. Ladies and gentlemen, grab your torches and pitchforks, because coming in at number 2 for me is Jurassic Park 3. No, it's not directed by Spielberg. Yes, it overwent last-minute rewrites. Yes, they killed off the T-Rex early on in the film. Yes, I know so many people hate it. And no, I don't give a shit. I like this movie. Am I gonna sit here and say that it's perfect? Oh, God, no. Cooper and Nash are literally just there to die, and I didn't really care when they did. While I maintain some of the effects look great, there are others that look pretty bad. The biggest one being that fucking Carnosaur scene. I'm actually shocked that wasn't cut from the film. The scene of the raptor's reflection in the glass was just dumb. And yeah, Billy being alive at the end was kinda bullshit. However, whereas The Lost World was too preachy, Jurassic World was too fanservice-y, and Fallen Kingdom was just too fucking stupid, Jurassic Park 3 knows exactly what it is. It's a B-movie. It's not trying to be Citizen Kane. It's not trying to shove social commentaries down your throat. It's not making me want to shoot myself over bad comic relief. Its main goal is just to be a fun adventure, and in that regard, I think it succeeds. It's short, simple, to the point, and never wears out its welcome. With this film, they pretty much said, hey, we have dinosaurs on an island. Let's have some fun with this shit. And honestly, that's what this movie is to me. It's fun. It's a movie that's simple but effective. Sam Neill is back as Alan Grant, which is always a plus. Sam Neill actually preferred his performance in this film over his performance in the first film, because Joe Johnston gave him more freedom to explore the character of Alan Grant. People bitch about the Kirbys, but they really don't bother me in this. William H. Macy and Téa Leoni both do fine with the material, and it's easy to buy them as a divorced couple who are slowly reconnecting as they search for their lost son. I also hate the bullshit argument that the Kirbys got so many people killed. Okay, let me make this clear. The people who died were all guns for fucking hire. They knew what they were getting themselves into. They knew they were going to an island filled with fucking dinosaurs. So let's just throw any fucking notion of the Kirbys getting people killed out the fucking window right now. People bitch about the Spinosaurus. I fucking love the Spinosaurus. That thing towered over the T-Rex in reality, so it could easily put its ass down. And after 2 movies of the T-Rex being the big bad threat, why wouldn't they do something different? What were they gonna do? Give us 3 T-Rexes this time? You know what? I'm sorry. I've seen the fucking T-Rex as the big bad twice. What would even be the point of watching the 3rd film? It would just be the same shit again. I'm just grateful they didn't make up some stupid dinosaur. Fuck that shit. In addition, I maintain that the birdcage scene is one of the most thrilling moments in the entire franchise. It's just a really cool scene, and the mix of animatronics and CG work is flawless in my opinion, as is the score. Don Davis's score in that scene really pumps me up every time I see it. Also, let us address the #1 thing everyone loves to point at when they bitch about this movie. The talking raptor on the plane. Okay. This was obviously meant to show that Alan Grant has PTSD, and the nightmare itself comes from an earlier scene where he was trying to get a bird to say his name. Yes, taken out of context, it looks dumb. But in the movie, it's just a dream. If you Lost World defenders can accept a girl beating a raptor with gymnastics, where's the acceptance here? At least there's fucking context for this. The pacing is considerably better than The Lost World. The score by Don Davis is excellent. The characters are mostly likable. The animatronic work from Stan Winston was perfect. And honestly, after The Lost World tried topping the original and failed at it, it was good to see a movie that was simply just trying to have fun with its premise. You hate it, good for you. Don't give a shit, I like it. And coming in at number 1 for me, surprising absolutely no one, is the original Jurassic Park. This has been one of my favorite films since the day I saw it in theaters. I remember my dad and grandmother taking me to the local drive-in to see this film and Free Willy as a double feature. Yes, imagine that weird-ass double feature and try to sleep tonight. I am still blown away by this movie, the exquisite pacing, the unforgettable characters, the superb acting, the mind-blowing special effects from Stan Winston's studio. Everything in this film from script to screen was top-notch. A movie where dinosaurs are cloned and put in a park only for them to get loose and cause havoc was a great premise. While, like The Lost World, this does deviate in areas from the book it's based on, it actually does many things better in my opinion. It still conveys messages and themes from the book while putting its own spin on the story, much like Ridley Scott did with Blade Runner. Everything Michael Crichton was trying to say thematically in his novel is conveyed perfectly in this film, just by different means. I will never forget the T-Rex taking those 3 steps and roaring for the first fucking time. That shit gave me nightmares as a kid. I was 6 years old in 1993, just to give you guys some context. Every scene where a dinosaur is on screen has me staring in awe every time, especially when it's accompanied by that kick-ass John Williams score. Sam Neill, Richard Attenborough, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum all do great work in the film. Jurassic Park is, in my opinion, the gold standard for how to make a movie about fucking with the laws of nature. So how would you rank this series? Please let me know in the comments, and please subscribe if you'd like to see more.